Hello everyone, it's Jennifer.
And it's Joniel.
We are doing a video all about procrastination today because our friend wrote in our comment section to request a video about procrastination. So here it is, Edwina.
A lot of the times when we're in school or work or just whatever the case may be, we procrastinate a lot. And I know as 20-somethings, it's very easy to do so. So a lot of the times when we're doing so, we say a lot of different things in our head, like, oh, I'll do it in 2 hours.
I will be like, if I sleep early, then I can wake up early to do it. And most of the time, I don't wake up early.
Yeah. For me, the biggest thing that I do is just rationalize in my head why I can do it later. And I'll like schedule, okay, so if I do it tomorrow, then I can just move this to the next day. And then I kind of like rationalize it.
While I'm procrastinating, I will start having these conversations with myself to get out of it. And I'll just be like, just do it. It's either now or never. And yet I still can't get myself out of it. It doesn't work.
Yeah. No matter what I do, I just always fall back in the trap of procrastination.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's almost like I feel like it's one of those things that can never be solved, or I haven't just found like the cure for it, because it's like I always just find myself in the same cycle over and over and over again.
And I feel disappointed in myself all the time.
Yeah.
Why do you think we just can't convince ourselves out of procrastination?
I think for me, one of the things is definitely not being passionate about what I'm doing. If I'm not passionate, then I'm just not motivated. And if I'm not motivated, I'm just not going to want to do it. So I think for me, the biggest thing is probably just not being really, really into whatever I'm doing.
I have such a big task in front of me and I just want to do it really well. But I can't even envision myself like getting it done. So then I just don't start at all. Yeah,
that's definitely a big one too. Like it just seems really daunting and it's like, okay, where do I start? And you just like want to put it off for as long as possible.
And you
so
like
then
bury
you just,
it in
figure
your
it
head.
out later. Yeah. I think another reason is just like plain laziness. Like it's always easier to be doing something else, like scrolling through Instagram and going on Snapchat,
Sleeping.
which I can spend hours doing.
Yeah. What are some takeaways from this? Like what can we do with this information? And one thing that I always tell myself after I broke the cycle of procrastination, I'm like, it wasn't so bad as what I expected. Like it's actually, while I'm doing it, I'm enjoying it. I'm like, what was I like avoiding this whole time? And sometimes when you break that cycle, it like energizes you and you like keep on going and you just have
kind of
a
like
good
in the
stride.
flow.
I
find that a lot. Like once I start, I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad. And you're just like in the flow and you're already working and you just kind of continue and you're like, phew, like, I got it started. Like I'm good to go now.
Yeah. So maybe sometimes it is good to take a big task and break it into something really, really small. So you just do that small little chunk of thing. It's like 5 minutes. But once you like
that
start,
small little thing,
it'll, like spark
really
something in you.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure. So I think another thing too is something that I actually saw on Facebook yesterday. My friend posted about procrastination just coincidentally, and it was just about the fact that as people we always want to like elevate and grow and like be better, but you can't do that with a spirit of procrastination because elevation requires progression, and progression is the opposite of procrastination. And I think when I read it in that way, it really sparked something in me to be like, that's so true. Like I have all these plans and dreams of things that I want to accomplish, and if I want to progress, then procrastination is not going to get me there. So I need to just kind of like start.
Every person that I talk to, they don't have a one trick solution, and even with all their solutions, they still find themselves procrastinating every now and then. And we've come to realize no matter what, it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. One thing that we can really think of is like, how do you cut your losses at some point? Like even though you procrastinated, how do you like get yourself out of it after all of that? How do you pick yourself back up and continue on again and not live in that regret or that just being pissed off at yourself for wasting all that time? If I slept in until 10, even though I told myself I would wake up at 7, I'm like, there's no point anymore. Like I'm just gonna sleep for many more hours and waste more time. But it's like, no, it's like, how do I cut my losses and make the most out of the rest of the day or the rest of the month or the year? If I dropped on a New Year's resolution and I was procrastinating of not going to the gym, like there's still like 3 more months of the year. How do I just make the most of it?
Yeah, and I think that's a good point too, because I think it's really easy to get caught up in beating yourself up over not accomplishing something and just getting in that kind of emotional roller coaster of just like always dwelling on something. But like to your point, if you just kind of focus on, okay, that time's wasted, I can't go back in time, let's just focus on the time that I have now going forward and kind of just focus on that, then it's still possible to kind of get back in the stride of things. And again, if you just start with like one little thing, then you can still accomplish something, which is better than nothing.
Exactly. So there you have it. That's our video all about procrastination. We'd love to hear all of the things that you have done to get yourself out of procrastination, what have people told you to get yourself out of procrastination. We find that it's a roller coaster ride up and down, and it's not really a mystery solved for us, so we want to hear from you guys. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more videos from us. And I could tell it eats them up. I'm like, that just makes it more awkward.
Yeah, because then you think about it more. You're just
Yeah.
making the person think about it more. So.
Yeah.